are back for another warm-up show with hockey coach Coach Francis directly for the beautiful country of Thailand. We have to go all the way to find a co-host directly somewhere, somehow in Toronto area. Mr. ENORTAP back in the house on the great Thanksfully Thursday night, March 2nd, 2023.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. Coach, one more sleep. That's it.
Yeah, 18 more hours, I believe it is. Maybe not, maybe more, maybe 21. But at the end of the day, it's getting closer to see the end of this crazy wild week of the trade deadline, Mr. Tap. It's not a stop. It keeps continuous today. One more day with many things happening. We're going to talk about all the trade that we got today on the March 2nd. And then we're going to go through a little bit talking about the preview game between Montreal Canadiens and the Los Angeles Kings tonight. And then after that, we're going to see a little bit preview the 10th game on the program tonight and review the 6th game happening last night. Couple of surprises. It's fun news around the league. Boston Bruins make some move again, and they open up their bank at the Diddy Garden, give more money to Pasternak. We're going to talk about him at the next couple of minutes. But that's pretty much what we got tonight on this great warm-up show. Hopefully, people have an amazing, great day. And we're ready to rock and roll all the kind of prediction. First of all, we want to welcome back everybody. Thanks to be with us. We want to congratulate someone have a 5-1, Mr. ENORTAP, last night. Congratulations for the one did it. 5-1. On the flip side, someone 1-5. We don't talk about him yet. We're going to a bit later. But Richard Mullen back with the double J. 5-1 yesterday. So congratulations. Many of you are 4-2. Some 3-3, 2-4, and 1-5 to conclude the gel. We're going to see who is going to be there the next couple of minutes. So that's pretty much what I have to say, Mr. ENORTAP. So far, anything you want to add before we invite everybody? Said welcome back.
No, you're just awesome, and that's it. That's our show for today.
Here we go. That's how I've been about this.
Worry.
Here we go. Andre Robert Drouin is in the house.
Welcome, Andre.
Welcome back, Andre. Thanks to be with us. Duda, welcome back to that. Long time, my friend. Hopefully doing well.
Oh, Duda.
Your friend Jamo Vartanen with a 3-3 like us back in the house from Finland. Moi moi.
Moi Jarmo.
And we have our friend, the Captain Kirk, Mr. ENORTAP, is back in the house. Welcome back, Ryan.
How's it going, Ryan?
Good afternoon from Utah, Moderator, Mr. Ron with Kings 20 with the Los Angeles King. Welcome back.
Welcome, Ron.
From Detroit, Melissa Zabran. Welcome back.
Melissa, the one and only.
From Houston, the barbecue #1 food in Houston area, Mr. Joseph Laham. Welcome back with the Devils.
Hello, Joseph.
He just turned the corner, Mr. ENORTAP, on the white, nice Nissan. Just to the right, then he's looking for the left side because he wants to see if something's coming. And nobody, he will cross the street to stop by to the Tim Horton before he hit the home. Mr. ENORTAP is back with us. Mr. Dixon Automotive Group.
Welcome aboard.
Thanks so much, Dixon. Hopefully doing well. And we have some information about Yamo. Double T is in the house. Welcome back, Double T. Double T.
Welcome, Double T.
And then we have William McClary. Welcome back, William. Thanks for being with us tonight.
How's it going, William? Welcome.
Mr. Vinny James 007 from Ottawa, Mr. ENORTAP, is back with us, but we want to mention him. He did something special yesterday. A hat-trick right score. He hit, the bonsai 3 times of the 6th game last night. This is rare. That's something I cannot do anyway. But I want to congratulate Vinny James 007. 3 right score, Mr. ENORTAP.
Way to go, Vinny. I'm going to start copying Vinny now.
Exactly. And Steven is back in the house. I think it's before that. Steven, welcome back. And then Mr. Steven, very happy about the Bruins. Again,
Woo!
they need it today. The Bruins, Steven. If you're a big fan of the Bruins, you should be happy because your team not only looking good right now on the season, on the regular season, but they looking great right now for the playoff. If the play was starting tomorrow. What a great team is going to be at the playoff, man. But RJ back in the house, Mr. Nata.
Hey, RJ, how's it going?
And Luciano Graziano, moderator of the Hockey Nation Show, is back in the house with some kind of bold prediction. Montreal will have the biggest off-season acquisition this year. Will be interesting to watching this, Luciano. Honestly, very quiet. I don't know what's going on over there, but we'll see what could happen if they don't trade anybody tomorrow. Mr. ENORTAP, we're going to talk about Montreal a bit later tonight. So what we have on the program, Mr. ENORTAP, tonight at 9 o'clock, first of all, I want to invite everybody to watch my app Daily News at 11 o'clock every day, Monday to Friday. Can use no magic this year, Mr. Natab. The rabbit stay in the hat. He did not pull the rabbit out of the hat, Mr. Natab. No power this time, Mr. Natab, for Can Use. And then don't forget to join us at 9 o'clock. Part number 3, Mr. Natab, the last one of the week. Let's talk trade deadline. We'll go to reviewing what's happening around the league the last 24 hours and during the week, Mr. Natab. So that's happening tonight, 9 o'clock, and until 10 o'clock as a special edition, trade deadline 2023. And then after that, I'm going to do a play-by-play commentary. Montreal Canadiens play tonight. Again, the Los Angeles Kings, so that's what we got so far, Mr. ENORTAP. We have Double J in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Double J. And then we have DHG, Mr. back in the house from Ontario. Welcome back. Big fan of the New York Islanders, where you don't know yet what's going to happen with the New York Islanders, Mr. ENORTAP. Until then, Mr. ENORTAP, again, I said Mr. ENORTAP 3 times in the space of 10 seconds. What caught your attention last night in the NHL? I will give you the team won, the Edmonton Oilers. Again, the barely lazy Toronto Maple Leaf. It would be nice to say that. Shelton K, we said my soft players, but that's not a subject. The New York Rangers, finally, they found a way to beat their Philadelphia 3-2. Dallas won last night, a double score 4-2. New Jersey surprised Colorado Avalanche. Had no time for Colorado to come back, 7-5. Then Vegas won last night. Really good game if you watch this game. Again, the Carolina Hurricane was 2-2 until Vegas won at the last. At Washington, they are Washington 3-2.
Unfortunately. Yeah, there you go.
Before you start, Mr. Otap, we want to welcome the Triple W back in the house, Mr. Otap.
Welcome aboard. Wish.
Here we go.
Okay, Coach. Let's start with Edmonton. I think that was a very nice statement game. But as much as it was a great statement game, and I thought Edmonton played a great game, I mean, you got to cut the Leafs a little bit of slack here because you can't go out there and switch up a third of your team, throw them all together, and expect the next game that they get together that they're going to
effort. I'm talking about hockey. Effort.
Yeah, but it's also chemistry. It takes time. They have to gel, and that's what was more problematic to me was the fact that I thought Edmonton carried the play to them. It's part of effort, yes. I don't disagree with that. But I mean, we saw that when Hall took that run at McDavid, and then who steps in but Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and obviously stepped up to the plate and send a loud message. I may be the smallest guy on this team, but I'll stand up to anybody that takes liberties at our best player. We saw it the other night, even Tkachuk in Ottawa against the entire Detroit bench, and Detroit did not answer the bell there, and we saw what happened. 2 straight wins for Ottawa. I think it goes a long way in developing the chemistry of the team, It motivates them. It shows that they're in this together. And if you don't step up and you don't have that effort, you're not going to win. And that's unfortunately what happened. But like I said, give the Leafs a little bit more time because I think they did make some good moves. There's even some discussion today that they're still not possibly finished. They're still looking for the possibility of picking up a goaltender. Today, I even heard from Nashville that they're possibly looking in that direction, but not Saros, unfortunately. The Rangers, this was actually a very tough game after Philadelphia had picked up that 2-1 lead. I thought that Philadelphia really kind of blanketed the Rangers for a while. They were playing a very closed game. They weren't given any center ice for them to navigate around. But in the end, the talent won out. Kreider scores in the third period. And then, of course, Tarasenko, who, by the way, picked up 3 points last night, got the winner in overtime. And that's what a player like Tarasenko and even Kane brings to the table for a team like the Rangers, among the talent that they already have, the basic core. So as we said last night, this is a very dangerous team now, the way they're equipped. Dallas finally gets a win in regulation. Didn't have to go to overtime this time. 4-2 over Arizona. The Devils and Avalanche, I thought, it was a valiant effort by Colorado to try to come back in this game, and possibly, if they had a little bit more time, I could see them maybe having given a little bit more of a challenge. That last, I think they had brought it down to 6-5 at one point before the last goal scored by the Devils, an empty netter. Washington, I mean, it was a fortuitous bounce off of the skate of Wilson in overtime that gave them that win. I thought that Anaheim was the better team throughout most of the evening, but as we saw, that didn't materialize. And of course, Vegas. What can you say? You're playing one of the better teams in the league. It was a statement game for both these two, and the Golden Knights, despite some of their injuries, still are plugging away. They're at the top of their division now, and they hope to stay there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that one. Last night, 6 game, a little bit surprised. Like I said, Toronto was a little bit shocking to see them play that way. Ranger was a little bit off last night. Again, only 3-2. And but you have a couple of players step up yesterday, Mr. Nata. We have to mention them. First of all, the star of the day, Dawson Mercer, have an amazing, great run the last 2 weeks, Mr. Nata. Consistent score is 20 of the year. And 4 points last night, again, the Colorado Avalanche. McDavid's, again, both of them are 2 goals, 1 assist, a 3-point. Congratulations. And then finally, and only 2 goals, but Tom Wilson, only 6 goals. I think we don't talk again. It's a player where the people, really dynamic players. And then they got, 2 goals yesterday for the Capitals. They won yesterday by the score at 3-2 on overtime yesterday. We have a few people knock the door. We have Jeffrey Coury. We have Jose Duarte is in the house. Welcome back. Rob J. G from the Islanders is in the house. We have a bug right now. I need to kill a bug before I talk. KLS is in the house. Welcome back in the house. KLS from and the 2 Islanders fans in the house, Mr. Tap. That's pretty cool. I love it to see that. Tomorrow, Christmas, and for the NHL, no Boxing Day until July 1st. You're absolutely right about this. McGill is buses right now. And Woody Snyder is in the house. And thanks to be with us tonight, everybody. We appreciate it. Don't forget, H1 View, to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. Mr. Anton, we want to congratulate the people. Have a really nice tour at the bus with a record of 5-1. I'm talking about Richard Mullen. He's not in the house right now, but we have someone in the house. I'm talking about Double J for Toronto Unibird. Got a great result last night, so time to put them in the bus and enjoy the ride. I have a question, Mr. Nata, for you.
Go ahead.
For the fans and for the people in the chat. When a player got trade from one team to another team, and then that player get moved up right away the next day to another team, ask that team make a video when the player come back at home when he play against that team, or what kind of I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they will make a special video for the players for 9-hour play for the team, or what do you feel about that?
It would probably be a 9-hour video about what they did the evening of.
Do you think you have a time to check in at the hotel, or Phil, they never have a time to get there?
It's not a nice vibe. I know we talked about it last night, but you got to believe that it didn't just bother Quick, but I think it bothered a lot of the players on LA that it was him that was traded. And today we saw, as you said, a 9-hour conversion. And now where is he?
Yeah, with Vegas Golden Knight, Mr. Tap, would be interesting how you going to it. One thing about this, you could maybe really motivate now to come back stronger and to show.
Let me just ask you this. In that Pacific, who has a very strong chance of finishing first right now?
Is Vegas over the Kings at that moment?
Right now, but in your opinion, who do you think might win the division?
I still believe the Vegas finish first.
You think so? Not Edmonton?
I don't know if they would have that kind of. Now they are motivated with the trade they got, right? But
exactly,
I don't know how they're going to go with the goaltender situation over there.
Yeah, that's true. But my point that I'm trying to get at is, if Edmonton does finish first, who are the two teams that are going to?
Are you going to possibly get the Kings versus the Vegas about that one there? So that's my point where I said Jonathan Gordon will be much late until the end of the season to prove to them about that for sure. So that's a great point to see that.
I think Vegas is just trying to get in LA's head, and it might work. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, absolutely. About this, we have a few people in the chat. Thanks so much to be with us. Well, no problem. Double J. So we're going to go through this trade before we move on to about that. Like you said, Yamo, that was quick. Yes, you're absolutely right about this one there. First of all, let's move on with the Boston Bruins. They get it again. They did it again at Tyler Bertuzzi. I think after the 2-double loss at Detroit Red Wings, as I mentioned, the plan. And he decided to go to another way, and he traded them a really difficult or an upset captain, Dylan Larkin, to see Bertuzzi leave the building. And then that was his reaction as front player for the Detroit Red Wings. But at the end of the day, they got a first-round pick, and Boston just fill up more players in the lineup. At some point, I don't know who is going to not play anymore for them. If it goes like this, maybe Marchand would be and sit on the bench, Mr. Nata.
Absolutely. But you know what? A lot of these trades that we're seeing, Coach, the GMs are going all in, and it's in anticipation of who they're going to be playing that first round, right? For example, you know that Toronto is playing Tampa Bay that first round. Moves that Dubas makes are to try to get through Tampa, and then Tampa turns around and goes and get Tanner Jeannot. Why? Because they're thinking about their opposition, which will be Toronto. And so who's sitting in the background here but Sweeney? And he says, here, hold my beer. I'm going out there, and I'm going to show you not only do I already have the better team, but I'm going to go add a couple more pieces. Hello, Bertuzzi.
Yeah, it just hit another one over there. So
Yeah.
It would be really interesting how this going to turn around, right? This is the last chance for them. This, for me, he sent us a message. Maybe never they come back Bergeron and Krejcik next year.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
So that would be really interesting about that. Again, Bertuzzi got a first round pick, what, a third round pick in return? I don't have it in front of me right now.
Bertuzzi got I think it was a conditional first and a
First round pick and a
fourth.
4 round pick and a 10
Fourth,
protected
yeah.
pick for Boston, everything like that. So that's what he got. My point to you is how many players like Tyler Bertuzzi in NHL? Not many, right? Can
Not
go
many.
score 30 goals, everything like that. I believe Josh Anderson is pretty much close to Tyler Bertuzzi. Maybe not on the number of the goal season, no, but Anderson is about 20 to 24 goals per year. Usually he does. But he's a great forechecker. He's a big 6'3". If Montreal was trade Josh Anderson, that's the only way they can get a first round pick in return. I don't say they have to trade him, but that's the kind of return you can get with Josh Anderson, Mr. Top.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
About
So
that.
don't count out Hughes tomorrow. Could happen.
Yeah, absolutely about this. Rob asked you this, Mr. Natap. By the way, Bertuzzi is wearing number 59 with the Boston Bruins. Rob G asked you, what do you think that Lula Mariello make another move?
I gotta believe so, Rob. Especially now that Barzal is sidelined for, um, well, they're just saying week to week, but who knows how long that'll be. I think that they might go out there and still make one more move. They're in a tough situation because even though they're in a playoff spot right now, they've played more games than some of the teams that are chasing them, and that doesn't bode well. So their only hope is to go out there pretty much every night and try to win every single game that, or as many as they can accumulate, and hope that they get help along the way. Um, Teams behind them losing key games, or maybe when they play them in 4 point situations, that they come out on top. But I do anticipate that they'll probably, not a major move, but something that might add to the goal scoring. A second liner, maybe.
Yeah, some rumors said Jordan Munson to Tampa. Yep, that's another rumor. We heard about
Yeah.
that. Andre said he agreed. Vegas made a good move. Now they have a goalie. He is mad like hell. He will hope show his old team it was a mistake. You're absolutely about this. Kayla said the first one for a 4 round pick. You're absolutely. Coach, what do you tell about the AB new players, Xavier Simoneau? Nathan, you want to start? I'm going to add after that. Or?
Um, I don't know much about him, to be honest with you.
Hold on, Mr. Nathan. We have T.H. Mayfield et Varlamov trade for 2 first round pick. Is it a
Yeah.
wish?
I'm getting. Let's see here.
Is it a wish? I think it's a wish. He can.
Yeah.
I think it's a wish.
No,
It's not a trade.
I don't
Yeah.
see anything.
Xavier Simoneau, guys, really an excellent hockey player and the QM, really great year. When the team was good on the, tried to go Memorial Cup. Only flip side of him is a 5'6", 5'7", depends what website you look at. Very, small players, but he's like a dynamo. The guy go through any everywhere. You have a train, you put him right away at the top at the top of the train to move everything. He's 185 pounds, I believe he is, but the guy can go anywhere. Like if Jonathan Drouin was playing at the same way with Simoneau play, like on this way on his game, Drouin would be one of the top 10 players in NHL. Simoneau is not scared about anything, push everybody, and he have a really good skill, talented. In 45 games, that forced 5 goals, 24 assists for 29 points this year. That's very good if you think about his first year in a hockey professional, played Laval Rocket. Unfortunately for me, it will be his size. Like, can he get a spot, consistency, game after game in NHL? I think he can pick it up a couple of games left and right. But again, no one in Montreal Canadiens. The closest one would be RHP Gallagher, but the kid, he go anywhere, again, anyone, he just go through everything, and he just
It's a
focusing on that
bulldog.
way. And so that's he is. Again, he's a small player, small package, a deal, but again, he could create something. Never bid again. That's my video was today. Never go against him, because he's going to regrets. You're going to make regrets, because he's going to go around all the odds against him. And that's has been this way since he played a Bantam AAA, because he was too small, too small, too small, too small, too small. Martin said we did it at 7'7", 5'7", 5'8". Can he does this? Can he do it? I'm not sure, but. Laval Rocket is maybe the best player, like the favorite player for the Montreal Canadiens. For Laval Rocket, the fans love Simoneau. That's what he got for him. It just take time to see how he's going to look like. But follow him during the development camp, during the rookie camp last year, before that, and then during the training camp. He's just great player to watch, to see him. It's a lot of fans like love those kind of players on the top, where they walk. The blue collar players on the ice. And that's what he is. A little bit. For me, it's better to Gallagher, because Gallagher, it's not a great skater. Gallagher go in front of the net, he got his goal there, right? So that's what Simoneau is. But Simoneau better skill and better, talented overall, with a better
Skater.
skating for him. He was 191 overall pick, by the way, by 2021 for that. I just want sharing this with you about that one. Go see what we got in the chat. Maybe Will the Islander would get Max Domi. Unfortunately, Domi got the Dallas Star. Rob, I don't see Lamoriello move left and right at that one. Well, that national princess. Maybe play Dallas team. RDP, Real Deal is in the house. Glenn is back in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. Both of you, don't forget, guys, click on the likes. Thanks so much.
Welcome, guys.
Can Montreal win tonight? Jake Allen have a very good record against the Los Angeles Kings, but I would say no tonight. My prediction not going to get for them. Yeah, is a wish for the age. Yeah, I'm gonna come. Bouillon. Evening, super coach Rick Bengal from. I would be curious about Rick Bengal, because I see the move for Boston. If you still believe that Toronto are going to win the Stanley Cup, Mr. ENORTAP, that'd be great. Say it. Welcome back, by the way. Thanks so much for all the likes we got.
He does, coach. He does.
Here we go.
100%
He got Real, the Sabres, and the Montreal Canadiens. A lot of teams are improving. You're absolutely look like it's going to be interesting. See him play a coach. You're absolutely right about this. Let's move on with all the trade. We have 6:30, Mr. Ottawa. We're going to go very quick after that. The Ottawa Senators trade for Jacob Chikrin. This is a home run for Ottawa Senators. This is the bad news for the rest of the Atlantic Division, like Detroit and the Panthers and the Sabres. Chikrin got a first round pick, a conditional second round pick, could become a first round pick and a second round pick if my memory is good about this. What do you think about that? And what's your feeling quickly about Chikrin?
Well, it's definitely a great move for Ottawa. And my only concern is it a little bit too little, too late? That's the only thing, right? We're talking about 20, 21 games left. They still have to jump over a few teams. I know that they're not far off, but as you know, it's not easy to leapfrog over teams that are ahead of you. So it won't be easy, but I think it was a great move. I think that the players are motivated. I think Chikrin couldn't wait to get on a plane to get to Ottawa. And it's not one of those rental players. It's going to be something that's going to play into their future. It allows Shabbat now not to have to play as long as he does in terms of ice time. You might even want to. I think it would be a good idea to put Shabbat on the second pairing, and he'll be much more effective, even with less time on the ice, and just keep Chikrin on the first line there.
Yeah. What do you think about Arizona? What you got in return? Is it bad? Is it what you expect? What are you feeling about that?
It's strange, right? Because I think I think it was a series of events that led to this, and as we know, the ask from Arizona was quite high. They were asking for two firsts, prospect, a player that can play now on the team, in addition to, I I think maybe even two prospects, if I recall correctly. And of course, nobody bit. It came to hours before when the rumor was that LA had an offer and they put it on the table and said to Arizona, "This is our final offer," because they were all in on Chikrin themselves. And I guess Arizona sort of said, "We'll wait and see." And that sort of created a domino effect where they went out and got Gavrikov and Corpusalo instead, and went that direction.
On that trade, it
And
was not the Sun King ask the King ask Canadians to retaining money.
to retain money as well, and they weren't willing to do it as well.
Originally, it was nowhere they want to do that.
No, that's true. So, they kind of painted themselves in a corner, I believe, Arizona. And so when this offer came, they can't get to a point where at the end you don't deal this guy. They had to deal him. You've been sitting him down for over, I think it's been 2 weeks now. How does that look after if you don't trade him? He comes back to the team. He doesn't want to be there. I don't think it's looked at very. The optics of it are very bad, is what I'm trying to get at. And so, they took what they could get.
Yeah, great comment about that. It's a little bit too late in the show to explain to you guys. I like people, so yeah, Arizona did not get what they're looking for in return of that. You have to be careful. You have to understand a bit more, and I'm going to talk about this, Mr. Time, at 9 o'clock. The value of the draft pick. They have a value between 1 and 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 32. And they got an Ottawa where maybe they will not make the playoff. So the value of the pick of Ottawa is maybe 2 times bigger and better at if they would pick of the Los King example, they make the playoff and they maybe finish 28, 27, 29. So I'm going to a little bit more deeper about that a little bit later tonight at 9 o'clock if we have more time. But I just want to mention this to you about that. So there'll be a couple of comments in the chat. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'll be awesome. Max Domi, Mr. Tap, a trade happening a few minutes ago is now going to be play for the dollar star. It's a sweet case, continues to move in all around the map. And then I'm going to talk about that trade a bit longer. We have a quick trade talking about Quick, Jonathan Quick back now with Vegas Golden Knights. We talked about him earlier. Voracek, only purpose this going to be is the end of his career. Look like Jacob Voracek never going to play again, sadly, with a concussion like a Mazen. So this is only salary cap purpose for the Arizona Coyotes. Mr. Tap, Edmonton got Bugstad for the Arizona Coyotes, Mr. Tap. I have a question for you. Would you like to hear that? Or
Sure, go ahead.
Right. So when the players go a new team, they request a number, right? But if another player wear the number, they negotiate, right? Maybe a Rolex or maybe something like that.
Yes.
And, right? But what happening when they request a number is the mascot number.
That's a good question. I'd never experienced that before.
So what did he get in return? A car? What happened with him? So he requests number 72, but the mascot Hunter wear the number 72 for the Edmonton Oilers. So I don't know what happened about that. It's a story going to follow up. Maybe Danny should investigate about that and give us some report at some point, Mr. Tap. But he requests a number, a mascot, and we'll see what would be the gift in return, Mr. Tap. Definitely is going to get some love to give to Hunter from his kid,
Without
maybe.
a doubt.
Who knows about that? A minor trade, Big George from Chicago, from the Buffalo Sabres, Mr. Tap. I just want sharing this with you. We have always a good time here at the Hockey Nation Show on the warm-up show with the coach and Mr. ENORTAP. It's time, Mr. ENORTAP, to go now on the other way. We get the boss, and now the time to get the gel. And today we have only one person that is right now not here. Is really busy to move some snow around the street in Montreal, Mr. ENORTAP. First of all, the gel open up, and we have the Danny County Jail, Mr. Tap. And we have the only one, Mr. Gary C. with a 1-5. That's today. Sorry about that. Maybe he's too busy with the snow, Mr. Tap. He gets distracted and he said, well, I don't know what's going on. But what do you think about it's time to lock him up for 24 hours? Are you ready?
Gary, let me get ready. Here we go.
Here we go. We get it. That is stuck for 24 hours with all the shrimp, the leftover of Danny last night. Still, Danny did not eat everything like that. Look like. But that's happening, Mr. Tap, for Gary C for the next 24 hours. I'm going to say something, maybe not right, so I'm not going to tell what I was thinking. I also asked a mascot number. She was so beautiful, Yamo, about that one there. You asked a number, but it was not the same number. It was her phone number. That's its friend, Mr. Tap, of Yamo and Bashad. Who trade for the best defenseman so far? Jeffrey asked you that.
There's a lot of.
I'll have to go with
depends
Chikrin
on the team's needs. Chikrin, but there's. I mean, I like that Colm going.
Yeah, but my point now is when he said my question: who trade for the best defenseman so far? And my opinion,
Talent,
as the players, not for the help of the team.
Yes.
Does that make sense? No, if for the help of the team, that's we change everything. But for the players, I believe for me, the contract and the longevity, the young age, everything like that, I have to go with Chikrin.
I would agree.
Then the mascot on the one ice on the other and the stand, that would be great about that one over there. RJ, Mr. Tap, talk about the contract of Pasnak. I forgot to mention this, Mr. Tap. David Pasnak signed a big contract over there. We're going to talk about more about this, but I have something for you for David Pasnak. Here we go. Extend Pasnak, 88, $90 million, 8 year. Show me the money, he said, number 88, 8-year contract at $11.25 million per year, Mr. Tap. And David Pasnak did that, Mr. So I just want sharing that over there. So we do a lot of safe, Mr. Tap. We prepare the show. I try the best we can to make everybody happy at the warm-up show.
Absolutely, Coach. Did you like the contract?
Yeah. I think it's a steal.
I think so too. I think it's very
because at long term, I think it will be better for the Boston Bruins. Right now, it's a little bit 8. Surprisingly, is the highest number of the contract in the last 2 years. The Boston opened up more money, and they have no choice on that about him. It's just an amazing, great. One of the best winger and NHL sniper. He can score the goal. We'll definitely talk a little bit more about him. But congratulations for the fan, the Boston Bruins, to add not only Bertuzzi, but now you get him for 8 years, Mr. Tap. First game of the night of the 10 is Buffalo versus the Boston Bruins. We'll just talk about Boston Bruins.
Oh yes, I know. And this is a big game, right? Especially for Buffalo if they have any intentions of getting a playoff spot here. Let's see, who do we have as our starters? It looks like Luukkonen and Swayman. Swayman's confirmed. The two Eastern Conference opponents here, they meet tonight in Boston. These two teams only met really once so far this year, and the Bruins went away with a 3-1 victory. Each team just had a day off, so they're both going to be fresh for the game. Buffalo, has really surprised this year and put together a very good year. They're still within a playoff hunt. And I think that if they're going to put things together, they have to do it now, and they can't be as inconsistent as they have been recently. They've tightened up defensively.
Super chat. Is that we have a super chat? Woo! Super chat. River, chop, chop, chop. Real. Super chat, Mr. Real Deal Prim. Just before you make the selection of Boston Buffalo, I don't know. I think I have no choice now to go with Buffalo. I don't know.
Why?
And because he's a big fan of Buffalo, he just gave us a super chat.
Oh, I see. So you're selling out. You're selling out to the dollar, are you?
I know, right? That's we said that. Thanks so much for
Exactly.
that one. We're there for Mister. Consider what you said. Apologize for that.
No, I pretty much finished it there. I look at the fact that they're on home ice as well. I'm going to go with the Bruins to win this one by a score of 4-2.
For
I
two
know
for
they're on
Boston,
a
Mister Tap.
back to back.
I don't change my mind. I still will go with Boston, Mr. Tap. I'll go with
Yeah.
Boston all the way until the end of the year, Mr. Tap. It's not matter. Whatever they lose sometime, I go with Boston all the way until the last minute about this. Captain Kirk, thanks so much. Steve G, welcome in the house. Thanks so much with us. Thanks so much, Real Deal. And Vinny said the Brown 5-3. This is fixing cause of the super chat. Yes, Rick. Yep, sorry. Boston 5-3 for Jerry. Jerry, welcome back in the house, Mr. Tap. We have a few people. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. We're going to talk about this, Jeffrey, tonight for your question at 9 o'clock, if you don't mind. If we have more time at the end of the show, we'll let us know about Luciano, definitely. And Alan Barnes knocked the door, Mr. Tap. Welcome back, Alan. Alan Barnes. Sorry about that.
Welcome,
The
Alan.
Nashville and the Florida Panthers, Mr. ENORTAP.
Nashville and Florida, yes. And I believe it's been confirmed it's Lankinen, not Saros, playing tonight in net for Nashville against Bobrovsky. The Preds, they head to Florida to take on the Panthers after really completing a few trades just recently over the past few days, including, the losses of some players like Ekholm and Jeannot, Granlund. So they're going to have, and you throw together the fact that they have a couple of injuries in the mix, and Saros is not playing tonight. I'm going to keep it very short. I think Florida knows that they need the 2 points, and they're at home. And when you go visit Florida, and you're in the situation Nashville is right now, you got to believe that they're going to come out not as strong as they could possibly or usually be at. So I'm going to go with the Florida Panthers to win this one by a score of 3-2.
Wow, Mr. Tap, I take the same team, but I go with 9 goals tonight, Mr. Tap.
They'll be too hungover to score that many goals, Kobe.
It's just if you follow Nashville Predator and Florida Panthers, the last 5-7 games they play each other. Huberdeau 5 points, Forsberg 5 points, Forsberg again 5. They just match up like that all the time. Now tonight could be 3-2, but with Lankinen between pipe.
I know. Yeah, you bring up a good point, but who cares? We're trying to get just the winning team, right?
Yeah.
The exact score is
if
a
they
bonus.
lose, we cheer. Yeah, because the Panthers.
That's it. Okay. And next we have Ottawa and the Rangers. Talk about a big game right here. We're going to see, it looks like Talbot against Halak. So no Shesterkin tonight. The Senators, they set out on a one-game road trip with the New York Rangers tonight after a big back-to-back wins against the Red Wings this week. The Senators have slowly crept back into the playoff conversation, where they're only 5 points behind the Penguins right now for that last wild card spot. The Rangers, meanwhile, have strung together 2 wins in a row to sort of steady the ship, because if you recall, they had lost, I believe it was 4 games. They were on a 4-game losing streak. So it seems like they're starting to put all their pieces together and looking forward to getting to the playoffs. One advantage that the Senators have, I think, is due to scheduling. Like the Rangers here are on a back-to-back after winning in Philadelphia against the Flyers, where they actually had to go to overtime to get that win. Whereas the Senators, they've been rested. They've been waiting for this game. They're excited. Apparently, Chikrin was in the pregame skate with the team. So you got to believe that's going to provide some motivation from that perspective. The other edge that the Senators have in this contest is comes from how well their defense has played since I would say the beginning of February. Like they've been one of the better teams in preventing scoring chances. They rank ninth in expected goals against. This tough defense has really gelled together nicely, and now they've added a key component to that as well. So um, I I don't like the fact that Shesterkin's not in net and that they're on a back to back and they had to go to overtime for that. So I'm going to go with the Ottawa Senators to win this one by a score of 4-3.
What we miss on the tap?
Yes.
Yeah, I understand your point of view about this, right? But I feel right now because same situation with the Rangers with Patrick Kane, and I go with Patrick Kane 5-3.
Okay. 5-3.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, Mr. Nortap.
Your favorite team, Pittsburgh, right, Coach? It looks like, who do we have here? We have Jari's been confirmed. Vasilevsky is the probable goaltender. Hadn't been confirmed yet. The Penguins, they come into Tampa after a 3-1 victory over the Nashville Predators last night. And they're currently sitting in fifth in the Metro. They're right on the border, I would say, of making the playoffs. They're one of those bubble teams. The addition of Granlund from the Predators will help, I think, to boost their offensive play somewhat. Trishan Jari really looks to take the crease tonight, and he is with a record of 31-18 and a goals against of 273. I would say this is going to probably be a very tight checking game. With both teams that are, fighting for different things. I think Tampa still has visions of finishing second in the Atlantic. Pittsburgh is fighting for their life to get into the playoffs, and they're probably not quite done yet with the trades that'll come down the pipe between tonight and tomorrow. The Lightning, they stroll into this game after they defeated the Panthers, or were defeated by the Panthers by a score of 4-1. They're currently in third right now, and they too are pacing themselves. You can tell that they know the situation. They're experienced veterans. They know what it takes to win, and they have enough in the tank, in case you're wondering. And I think that tonight is a statement game for them, and they will win at home against Pittsburgh by a score of 4-3.
4-3 Tampa Bay.
Yes, sir.
I believe Pittsburgh won the last two games, and Tampa Bay, Mr. Nortap, by the score 6-2.
Okay. So take Pittsburgh.
But I got Tampa Bay 4-3.
All that for what?
But I'm scared.
You're scared.
I'm scared to go.
I think you have about an 8 to 10 point lead over me. There's nothing to be scared. I concede the belt to you. Okay.
I want more.
You want more.
Yeah. Seattle to Troy.
Oh boy, what are we gonna say about Seattle and Detroit here that we kind of haven't said already? But the Kraken, they stroll into Detroit after that 5-3 victory over the Blues on Tuesday night. Currently, they're in fourth in the Pacific. They're primed for not perhaps, it would be their very first ever playoff appearance in club history in only 2 years. They've proved this season that they can put the puck in the net when they have to, although they've gone through a stretch of games over the last, I'd say, about 3 to 4 weeks where they've looked kind of average. And we know where they were in the standings and where they currently are. But to their credit, they didn't flop. They didn't fall off the face of the earth here. as maybe some people may have expected. You know, expect. I think for this game we have. Let me just check here. It's Grubauer against Husso that are
We got
going up
Jones
against
here.
each other. Oh, is it Jones?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that Jones then comes back in to start in this game. I think it'll be a close game. The Red Wings, man, oh man, um, I I'm having a hard time right now trying to read them because I think they got to a point where they put some really good games together. They went through a tough month of some tough competition. And you know what? They came through pretty much with flying colors, and then they ran into Ottawa. And I just don't know if those two wins are going to take the air out of Detroit, especially when you couple it with the fact that they've made some trades where they've gotten rid of a couple players as well. Hronik's gone, Bertuzzi's gone. I kind of worry, but I'm going to bank on them tonight for two reasons. Number one, they're at home, and usually they play better at home. And number two, Husso's back in the net. And I think that might be enough to get them through Seattle. So I'm going to take them, Detroit, to win by a score of 4-3.
42?
4-3.
43. All right. 43. I suck with my cello Kraken, but I scored 3-2, Mr. Tap. You teach me when you go back home. First game is always hard, so Detroit going with difficult time.
Yeah, I just don't know how they're going to react. I hope that they just don't fall off here.
Yep.
Next, we have Dallas and Chicago. Pretty much here, the Dallas Stars They're playing in the second game in as many nights, heading to Chicago. Chicago, I don't know. Do they have any players left on this team to compete tonight? It looks like 3/4 of their team has either been traded away or injured or whatever the case might be. So it's a tough ask of Chicago, especially even though they're at home, to try to win this game. Dallas, of course, has done a little bit better recently. They were on a 5-game losing streak, but recently they've put together a 2-0-1 record in their last 3 games, and they're looking to secure another very important win here, so that they can continue to stay on top of the Central Division. So I think I will take Dallas. It looks like it's Mrazek.
Murray.
Let me just check. And
Murray.
Murray, yes. Yeah. So I'm going to take Dallas still by a score of 5-2.
5-2, Mr. Tap. By the way, it's not Matt Murray for Toronto. Don't confusing
No,
everybody.
it's Matthew.
It's another Murray.
It's a different Matthew Murray, I believe is his name.
4-2, Mr. Tap.
Dallas 4-2. Okay, gotcha.
Et voilà. The other Matt Murray we're talking about. Toronto, Calgary Flame. The story will tell us what happening there.
But the other Matt Murray is not playing.
No.
I think they're putting up the wall tonight. The Leafs are. And it's a big game for both these two teams. I mean, we saw what happened yesterday with the Leaf game against Edmonton. They're still on the road here on a back-to-back. They're going up against Calgary. I've got to believe that there will be a better push from the Leafs tonight. The Calgary Flames, they're one of those teams right now for me that they've been putting everything they have into trying to secure victories, and they've been playing I think they've been playing some very good games. I know the results haven't been there, but I think that's primarily because of the goaltending, and that's enough to kill a team. Question is, when is that breaking point that the team starts to decline in terms of not only the effort that they put into it, but the results that they get out of something that there is no return to. So they're still in a playoff hunt, and I think they will try to stay afloat. Even though they have been struggling and are currently staring at four straight losses, Toronto gets to play, albeit on a back-to-back. But I think that the Leafs have won 4 out of the last 5 trips to Calgary. So I'm going to go with the Leafs here to win this one by a score of 5-3.
5-3 for the Leaf.
5-3, yes.
All right. I go overtime. It's on the top 4-3. Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a goal of Tavares. You look like you're confident.
Minnesota and Vancouver. Prior to the season, if you had made the statement that this could possibly be a playoff matchup at some point, people wouldn't call you crazy. Like Minnesota had a very good year last year. Vancouver, when Boudreau came back, really turned the team around and just barely fell short of a playoff spot. But things have changed and changed quickly for both teams to different degrees. I think Vancouver has been sort of affected a lot more, and they've gotten to the stage where eventually, you see what we have seen, and that's, guys like Bo Horvat that's left to go to the Islanders, and Demko, of course, who's, by the way, starting tonight for Vancouver against, I believe, Fleury. He's been injured pretty much of the season. The defensive structure hasn't been there all year long. There's still speculation that some players might still be leaving between today and tomorrow. Especially, Brock Besser is one of the names that's being bantied around. But Minnesota's kind of put some nice games together lately. So I'm going to take the Wild tonight by a score of 4-2.
Minnesota Wild 4-2. Minnesota said 4-3 Minnesota. Well, sorry about that. Caps 4-2, right?
Yes.
I don't know why. I go 3-2 Minnesota tonight.
Minnesota? Okay.
Yeah, don't ask me why. I don't know.
Oh, you want to go to Montreal? I thought you were keeping that one till the end. Okay.
Now we have 2 more to go.
I know. Important game. Not for Montreal so much, unless we're looking at it from the lottery sweepstakes perspective. But from LA's perspective, they're embroiled in that very, very tough Pacific Division in terms of who's going to finish first, second, and third there. This will be the second and final time that these two teams will have played. The Kings won the first matchup, if you recall, in Montreal by a score of 4-2. To their credit, the Habs have played better recently. They've actually won 6 out of their past 10 games. But overall, this has been, Montreal. They've been a poor team on the road for the better part of the year. On the home side, the Kings have been very good on home ice. They are 17-9-2 on the season in front of their own crowd. They're averaging 3.5 goals per game over the past 10 games that they've played there. They hold a significant advantage in Corsi when compared to Montreal, from 51.3, which is quite impressive, and is 10th in the NHL, to Montreal's 26th, which is currently at 46.2%. So I'm going to take the Kings in this one by a score of 4-2.
4-2 Minnesota. All right. I will do the same thing. Why not?
Okay. And last but not least, St.
Oh,
Louis.
this one was tough.
Oh, it is tough, right? Because I mean, San Jose usually plays very well at home, even though they too have a very depleted team. Both of them are like that. It's a late night Western Conference matchup or showdown between the Blues and the Sharks at the Shark Tank. Neither team obviously is playoff bound this year, so they both had to sell off some major pieces. But when you get two even rosters that have been depleted as much as they have, you're probably going to get a very close game. It's the first of two matchups this week between St. Louis, between the two, and St. Louis owns the 1-0 lead in the regular season series with a win, which was back in November between the two. When these two last met, the game finished in favor of the Blues by a score of 5-3. So there were 8 goals. But I'm expecting to see probably the opposite tonight in terms of goals. Not as many. It'll be a lot tighter, possibly a boring game as well, given the mix of players that are left on these two teams. But I'm going to go with, give me San Jose by a score of 3-2.
3-2 San Jose. This one is on top. I will give you that one. I will go with St. Louis Blues. I picked St. Louis Blues yesterday when I took my prediction. But it's called 4-3.
How much? 4-3. Okay. Go San Jose.
I don't know this one. This one and the Detroit Mission Tap, I don't know.
I know they're two tough ones to really pick.
Really difficult about that one with them Mission Tap. So it'll be interesting. I just want to give a little bit more information about the Montreal Canadiens for people. The Simino signed a ELC entry-level contract 2 years. Jake Adams between the pipe tonight, and Edmondson is game decision. I don't know. They talked about this a little bit 5 minutes ago, but no volume here. So I don't know if he's going to be in and out. They was not sure. They was decide take the decision after the practice today. If you someone know if Edmondson is in, let us know. And Ken Hughes, Mr. Tap, what usually we ask you, what are you looking for tonight for the game? What I want to ask you before the end of the show, what are you looking for Ken Hughes or the Montreal Canadiens until the end of the trade deadline, Mr. ENORTAP?
Well, I expect that Ken Hughes will make some kind of move. The name that's really circulating right now, apparently there could be something in place for Jonathan Drouin. So we'll wait and see if that materializes, but don't expect the return to be much.
If they trade that enough with Drouin, only both of them, is it a successful trade deadline for the Montreal Canadiens?
Well, yeah, because you have to look at the whole picture, and not everything is about the trade deadline time. It's what happens during the year, waivers, what's going to happen at the draft, and free agency as well. So you got to put everything together.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this, Mr. Tap, but we want to remind everybody we'll have a special day tomorrow night. Tomorrow, Friday afternoon, we're going to be live at some point. Expect more from 4 to 6, Mr. Tap. And then Michael is going to get the lead from 11 o'clock until 1 o'clock, I believe. So we'll have a couple of break at the middle afternoon. I'll go to resume everything happening, guys. So don't forget, we are live at 9 o'clock tonight, Mr. Tap. We do, of course, the trade deadline, part number 3, finale at 10:30, the game at Montreal Canadiens versus the Kings. So until then, Mr. Tata, we want to remind you one more time, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. He has greatness inside of him every single day, Mr. Tata. Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. Until then, be well, be healthy. Finally, we're not only dominate your day, but finally, we dominate the first half of what?
You're 23.
You did it again. Have an amazing, great night, Mr. ENORTAP.
Good night, Coach. Good night, Hockey Nation.